Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a declutter. I didn't plan to do a full makeup collection declutter at the end of the year. I actually just did one 6 months ago. I usually do these in the summertime, in June or July, but I don't know. I just really wanted to go through my collection before the end of the year, really clean it out, get rid of things, mainly that are old and they just need to be thrown away because they're old, or they are not a good shade match, or just something that I know I'm not going to use. So that's what this declutter is. This is very informal. This is not going to be the super aesthetic, swatch everything perfectly kind of declutter. I'm basically just going through my makeup collection and talking to you like I would talk to myself if I was doing it and not filming it. So that's what we're going to be doing. And today we're doing primer, foundation, concealer, and color corrector. This is definitely the drawer that needs to be decluttered the most. So this one will probably be the longest of the declutters, but this drawer is really out of control. And when I decluttered a few months ago, I definitely kept things that I should not have. And so that's kind of my point in going through all this again. Hope you enjoy. Like I said, don't expect swatches of everything and anything like that. I do try to give a little bit of an explanation as to why I'm getting rid of something as we go, but I'm not going super in depth to every single product. I'm basically just condensing things down to things that I'm using and things that are in the right shade and are not expired. So I hope you enjoy. If you're new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty content here on YouTube, and I hope you'll subscribe, stick around. And this is part 1. We will have part 2 and probably a part 3 as well coming soon. And I think that's it. So let's get started. All right, we're gonna start with this drawer, which is primer, concealer, corrector, and foundation for me. This drawer is really out of control. I kind of mentioned this a few videos ago in my everyday makeup drawer. I was talking about how this drawer, there's just a lot in here, and there's stuff in here that doesn't need to be here, things that I really don't like and I don't use, I don't want to use. So I'm calling this an end of the year declutter, but I'm not going to go in depth with every single product in every single category like I normally do. We're going to start category by category, and I'm just going to do like a general sweep through, and things that stick out to me that I know are going to be decluttered for whatever reason. I'm going to grab those first. Then we'll go through the remaining products and I'll decide if I'm keeping it or not. But I'm not going to do swatches and all of that because that takes a long time, and I just did that earlier this year in the summer, so it hasn't been that long. This is really just kind of just condensing my collection and making sure there are not things that don't need to be here. I guess we'll start with primer, which I have some skin tints floating in here, but they're mainly right here, and then I have a few standing right here. All right, so I'm just gonna grab the things that I know I'm not gonna keep right away. So first thing, I'm gonna get rid of the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I don't ever use this. I don't think this is a bad product, but like you can see, I've used this like once. I don't know. If I'm gonna use a product like this, I'm gonna use this Tarte Timeless Pore Smoothing Primer. So I would rather just keep that and pass this on because there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm not going to use it. So that's going to go. I also have the 2 Power Grip primers. I'm going to get rid of the original one, which is this one, and just keep the niacinamide one. I like both, but this one is newer. The original one is an older product. I've had it for a while, so I'm going to keep the Power Grip. And okay, I'm kind of torn about this one, honestly. This is okay. I don't reach for this kind of primer very often. This is just the liquid version of this from e.l.f. We're gonna put that in the maybes. I'm also gonna have a maybe pile. All right, something else I am gonna get rid of, and I'm kind of surprised. This Jane Iredale Hydro Pure Color Correcting Serum. Okay, every time I use this, or I've tried to use it, I cannot get this to lay right on my skin. I don't know what it is, but like it has these little green beads in it. So you're supposed to be able to go like this and blend it in. And the beads are supposed to like blend into your skin, but I can't get that to work. It's just like little pilled balls of like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but every time I use this, I can't get it to work. I don't know. Do you see? It's just like little pilled up balls. So that is definitely going to go. I can't get that to work for me. This is new. This is definitely going to stay. The Shiseido primer. I also have two green primers, the L'Oreal and the Makeup Forever. The L'Oreal is super, super green. It's like too green in my opinion. It's kind of hard to blend in. I prefer the Makeup Forever one for sure. So that's a keep. This is gonna go. This is gonna go because I never use it. The Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. I don't ever use that. So that's gonna go. The Rare Beauty Pore Diffusing I'm gonna keep. I really like that one. Then I have these two, let's see, little samples down here, Milk and RMS. Those I'll keep. The Cali Ray So Blown Primer, I'm actually going to declutter this. I'm not a huge fan of this. I don't know. I expected a lot from this and because it was so hyped up and it's just not anything special. I don't know. It's very, almost makes my skin look a little bit chalky. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan, so I'm going to declutter. Let's see. I also have this Stila One Step Correct. I don't think this does anything, to be honest. I know it's supposed to like slightly even out your skin tone. I don't really notice much when I use it, so I'm going to get rid of it. Milk Hydro Grip I love, so that I will be keeping. And that's it for those primers. Okay, that was pretty quick. I know I just kind of didn't do what I said I was going to do, which is pick things I know I'm going to get rid of, but we'll just do it this way, I guess. I'll just go through quickly. So I also have Flawless Filters from Charlotte Tilbury. I have shade 2.5, 2, and 4.5. I love these. Those are definitely going to be staying. I also have the Iconic London Underglow Blurring Primer. Now this I really like, for sure a keep. I have a few of the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filters. I have shade 4, 3, and 2. I am going to keep these. I really like them. I don't use shade 4 very much, so I think I'm actually going to save this for my mom because I know she was kind of curious about this. So I'm going to keep that one for her, and then I'm going to keep those two. I also have Valentino V Lighter back here. This honestly, I'm not crazy about this product. It's okay. It's just nothing special. And I don't know, for the price, I was definitely a little bit disappointed in it. But it's not that it's a bad product. I don't, for the money, I don't think it's worth it. But I'm going to keep it, having said that, because it was expensive and I'll try to figure out a way to use it. And then two of these Say Glowy Super Gels. I have Star Glow and Sun Glow. I love both of these, so I will definitely be keeping. And is that it for primer? I believe it is. So we are going to get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess 8, because I'm technically getting rid of this, giving it to my mom, and then I'm torn on this. We're going to keep this in the maybe pile for now. All right, and that's it for primers. All right, let's move on to foundations and skin tints, which are mainly here, and then I have some over here. Now, this is a category I'm going to get rid of a good bit because a lot of the things in here are old or they're not the right shade, which if it's old, there's no point in keeping it. If it's not the right shade, again, there's really no point in keeping it because I'm most likely not going to reach for it. So for this, I'm going to just grab things off the bat that I know I'm going to get rid of. So we'll start here with this Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid. The only reason I'm getting rid of this is because it's too dark. I have not been able to figure out my shade in this foundation. I also have another one that's not in here in the shade 20. That is not a good shade for me either. It's way too pink, way too pink. This is too dark and also a bit pink, so I don't know. I don't have a great shade match in this that I know of, so that is going to go. In fact, my mom might like this also, so I might keep that for her because that shade might match her. So that one is definitely a no. All right, I am also going to declutter these. This is the Il Maquillage foundation. I actually really like this, but these are very old. I got one of these out to use not long ago, and it was all separated, and it definitely needs to go. But this is actually a nice foundation. I like it, but it's just they're old, and it's time. It's time for them to go. So those are gonna go. All right, the It Cosmetics CC cream. This is a product that I want to love, but I just can never get it to work. I buy it over and over and it just never seems to work for me. The shade is not good. This is the shade Light. I wish they would come out with more shades of this. I feel like their shade range in this is just not good. It's either way too warm or just super, super pink. They need some true neutral shades in this, in my opinion. So that is gonna go. Same with this, the CC Nude Glow. So this is a little bit of a lighter coverage version of the CC cream. And again, I have the same issue here. The shade is not good. This is again the shade Light. I don't know. I feel like these two CC creams I would like more if the shade was better, but the shades are just not good to me. So that's gonna go. Another one that's going to go is this one from Ciele. I have just never been a huge fan of this. You can see it's like totally separated here. This is not a foundation that you can wear any skincare under, in my opinion. It is probably the glowiest foundation I own in this drawer, and if you have anything the least bit glowy underneath, it's just way too glowy for me, and I'm just not a huge fan of it. So I will be decluttering that. I will also be getting rid of these. Now these I absolutely love and adore. They're just really old. I mean, this is before Dior reformulated everything. But the Backstage foundation, I do plan to buy this again in the new formula and try it. These are fantastic. Very long wearing, really pretty medium coverage foundation, but you can see like these are old. They need to go, but I do love them. I wear the shade 1.5 in this, if you're curious. I have 2.5 also, but 2.5 is just something I'll mix into things from time to time, but I'm normally a 1.5 neutral. I am also gonna get rid of this from Bobbi Brown, the Skin Long Wearing Weightless Foundation. This was sent to me a while ago, and I've tried it several times. I'm just not a huge fan of this. It's not terrible, but I am gonna swatch this one really quick. I don't know, but every time I wear it, I'm not a huge fan of it. Looks like it might be a pretty good shade match for me right now. I kind of want to put this one in the maybe pile, actually. Yeah, maybe we're gonna put Bobbi Brown in the maybe for right now because I'm not 100% on that one. All right, I also have some foundations over here. I'm gonna get rid of this. This is the Bosma foundation stick. I don't even know. This was sent to me a while ago, and I've tried this several times. It's okay, but I have to say I prefer my Merit foundation stick and my Fenty foundation stick over this. I never find myself wanting to use this, so I am going to declutter that. Okay, something else. The Beauty Blender Bounce Skin Tint. I have two of these. I honestly don't know how I ended up with two of these. Medium number 2, which is way too dark. I'm going to be decluttering that. This one is closer, but it's still not a great match. This is light number 5. This I actually like. I don't know. I never want to use this one for some reason. We'll put this in the maybes for now. All right, I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I know I want to declutter just based on looking. Oh, I know something. This Revlon Color Stay. This is not because I don't like it. I actually really like this foundation, but this is not a great shade for me. It's a little bit too pinky for me. Every time I've worn it, I thought it was just a little too on the pink side. I don't know if you can see that there, but I'm not a huge fan of this shade, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I am also gonna declutter this Catrice True Skin foundation. This is fine, but it's not a favorite for me. It's a bit much in terms of coverage for me. This is like very, very full coverage on me. And it's not bad, but I don't know. I don't really gravitate towards a ton of Catrice products for some reason. And I don't know. I feel like it's just going to continue to sit here if I keep it. So I am going to declutter that one. I also have this Iconic London Super Smoother Blurring Skin Tint. Okay, this is okay, but I would say it's kind of similar to the Fenty one, the Eavesdrop, and I definitely prefer the Fenty. This one, they do say is blurring. I don't think this is blurring at all. I think it's a pretty radiant skin tint. This is definitely more of a softer matte finish, which I prefer sometimes. So I think I will keep my Fenty, and I'm gonna go ahead and declutter Iconic London. I am also going to declutter the Say Slip Tint. Again, kind of the same thing with this that I said about the Say foundation. This is just too glowy. It's too glowy. I like something with a glow. I like a glowy primer and all of that, but I do feel like every time I wear this, it's just too much. It's just too much in terms of glow. I never reach for it. This is just not the skin tint that I'm gonna choose if I'm going for that. It does have SPF, which is nice. Very light coverage. If you have really, really dry skin and you're looking for something on the lighter side, you would probably like this, but it's just not, it's not a favorite for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter. I am also gonna declutter this, mainly because it's old, number one, but I do really like this product, the L'Oreal True Match. This is really nice. It's just dark. It's too dark. I want to get a shade down from here. Really the only time I can wear this one is in like the dead of summer if I have a good bit of sun, and this is just too dark for this time of year. I've gotten a good bit of use out of this though, and I enjoy it. This shade doesn't work great for me right now. So I will be decluttering that and probably buying a new one. Okay, this one pains me. I will also be decluttering this Dior Forever Skin Glow. This one, again, I like, but guys, this is old. I've been hanging on to this for way too long. This is the old version, and this is a beautiful foundation. Again, I wear 1.5N, but it's just, I believe this one has SPF in it too. Yeah, so any of the ones that have SPF, they definitely need to go if they're old. So this one sadly needs to go, but it's a beautiful foundation. I will probably rebuy this at some point. All right, those are the things that really stick out to me just by looking without thinking too much about it. So I'm just gonna take everything else out now, and I'll kind of see if there's anything else that I want to declutter. Like I said, this is staying the Fenty Eavesdrop Skin Tint. I love, love, love that so much. Another absolute stay, Estee Lauder Double Wear, one of my top makeup products in my entire collection. Another keep, my NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, Holy Grail, always will have that. Okay, Ciele. This is very new to me, but I absolutely love this. The Tint and Protect in shade number 3. This is the skin tint with SPF that I would choose of all of them that I have in my collection. This is way, way prettier and just wears better than any of the other ones to me. So that is an obvious keep. Glossier Stretch Foundation. This is very new to me, but I've been loving it. I bought this a few months ago and I definitely will keep. Another absolute favorite, Revlon Illuminance Skin Caring Foundation. My favorite drugstore foundation by far. This is shade 217. I can really get away with 217 or 117. I also have 117, but it's in my everyday makeup drawer right now. So that is definitely staying. Another keep, Patrick Ta Cream Foundation. Love this so much. I've loved it from the first time I tried it, literally. When I run out, I will absolutely buy another one. Another keep, Fenty Ease, is it Eavesdrop Skin Stick? I forget what it's called. I wear the shade 3 in this and I love it. That is another obvious keep. NARS Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. Love this. This is up there with the Ciele in terms of a tinted moisturizer with SPF. I love this one too. I would still probably choose Ciele, but I love this also, so I will keep that. Okay, Surratt Dewdrop Foundation. Definitely will keep. I wear the shade 3 in this. One of the most, if not the most undetectable foundation that I've ever tried on my skin. It's beautiful, thin, lightweight, a little bit radiant, but not too radiant. Really, really nice. That is a keep. What else is here? Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection. I wear the shade 5. Love this. Definite keep. Yeah, this is one of the thinnest, most lightweight foundations that I've ever tried that gives a good bit of coverage. That will stay. House Labs will also stay. I will say this is not a perfect shade match for me. I would like to at some point get a different shade. This is shade 160. It's a little bit dark, but I usually just make it work by adding something else or using a lighter concealer to kind of even it out. But I will be keeping that. Okay, I'm torn on this because I honestly don't really love this. I want to, but I just don't. Again, it's too much. It is too much glow. It gives no coverage. To me, this is a moisturizer. Yeah, that's gonna go, you guys. I hate to say that, but yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Misha BB cream. This is gonna go just because it's old, but I really like this. I will buy a new one of these. That's gonna go. Okay, Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. This is new to me. I wear the shade 4. This is okay. It's not my favorite skin tint by any means, but I do like it. It's just not like a top favorite, but we are gonna keep that. Okay, this is the other Surratt foundation, the Surreal Skin Foundation Wand. This was sent to me a long time ago, and I feel like I haven't tried this one enough to really decide one way or the other. So I'm gonna put that in the maybes for right now, and we'll come back to it. The L'Oreal Age Perfect Serum Balm. I love this. The only problem is the shade. The shade range on this is so bad. Shade range is not good, and it's did they discontinue this? I'm wondering if they did now that I think about it. This is also getting up there in age. I think it's also too dark for me at the moment, so I think I'm trying to be ruthless. That's gonna go. All right, I have 2 of these Rare Beauty tinted moisturizers. One of them is expired. Yeah, this expired in October this year, and this is also too dark for me. So I'm gonna get rid of shade 26. This one is newer and this works for me. This is shade 14. So I'm gonna keep shade 14. Lancome Care and Glow Foundation. I love this. That's new to me. That's gonna stay. The new Bare Minerals Original Pure Serum Foundation. I actually like this. This reminds me of the Say foundation, but the Say foundation is glowier and it doesn't wear as well on me as this one does. So this one will stay. I think I'm gonna declutter this Summer Friday skin tint. This is just not, it's just not a favorite. If I'm gonna go skin tint, most of the time I'm gonna use Fenty or Estee Lauder or Ciele. I don't know, this one is okay. I wish it had SPF. It does not. I don't know, it's just not a favorite. So that's gonna go. Armani Luminous Silk, definite stay. Tom Ford Stick, definite stay. I wear the shade 1.5 in that one. This is gonna go. This is the MAC Studio Radiance foundation. I want to say that I decluttered this the last time I did a declutter, and somehow I ended up putting it back in here. This product is just not for me. You got to use your hands. I don't like using my hands. I don't know. It's just not something that I really love. So that is gonna go. All right, Makeup by Mario foundation. I have 3 and 5. I'm gonna keep both of these. Honestly, I think I need shade 4 in this, so I have to kind of fix these in terms of the shade every time I use it, which is unfortunate, but we're gonna keep those. I'm gonna keep this Neutrogena Healthy Skin. This is a really pretty foundation that I didn't discover until like the last year or so, but it's nice. And that one is not old, so that's gonna stay. Number 7, Hydra Luminous. Okay, I'm torn on this one. This is nice, but I just feel like, again, of the skin tints that I have, I'm not gonna reach for this over like this one. So I just I don't know, I don't feel the need to keep this, I don't think. No. I'm trying not to keep things that I know I'm not going to use. There's just no point. Kojindo Moisture Foundation. This, in my opinion, is not worth the money. I paid way too much money for this, and for that reason, I'm keeping it, and I will use this up. I don't have that much left, but this is super expensive, and it's fine. It's not bad, but it's not worth the money, in my opinion, so I would not really recommend it. Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. Now, this is one I don't really know. I've never fallen in love with this. I know that. I know it's getting on the older side, but I don't know how old it is. It says it has a 24-month shelf life. Okay, that one's gonna be a maybe, because I don't know. Gucci, the new Luminous Matte Foundation. This is a keep. This is shade 160. It's a pretty good shade match for me. Super, super, super full coverage. Okay. Okay, I hate to do this. Hourglass Soft Glow. I'm gonna get rid of this, you guys. I love this foundation. I think it's beautiful. It gives great coverage, but I am telling you, I don't have a correct shade in this foundation. This is way too dark. This is 6.5, and it's super, super dark, but the shades that are lighter in this, every time I go and swatch them in store, none of them are right. So I don't know. I feel I want to keep it because I like this foundation, but again, it's not the right color. So I think this needs to go. I think it needs to go. Neutrogena Serum Foundation. This is a beautiful one, but this I am almost positive is old at this point. This is a really pretty drugstore foundation though. It's very thin and it's a serum-y texture, but it is old. I will keep this. This is the new Maybelline Super Stay Skin Tint. I do enjoy this. I wish it had SPF. It does not, but I like it. So we will keep L'Oreal True Match. This is also a keep. This is a pretty good match for me. It's a good drugstore foundation, so that's a keep. MAC Studio Radiance. This is the new one. I will keep this. This is not a good shade for me though. NC17, I have to, again, mix it with something else because this is too dark unless I have like self-tan on or something. But this is a nice foundation. We will keep. This is nice also. I think I will keep this. The Maybelline BB Fresh Beauty Balm, I think is what this is called. This is nice. It's lightweight, has SPF. I don't use it a ton, but this is pretty new. It's not expired or anything, so that will stay. And then I have 2 of these LA Girl mixers. These I will keep to kind of adjust shades, so those will stay. And that is it, you guys, for foundations and skin tints. Okay, we're moving on to Corrector, and then we'll finish up with concealer. I am going to go through every drawer and do this. This drawer is the one that is going to take the longest though. So I think the rest of the drawers are going to go more quickly. It's just this one has way too much stuff in it. And the last time I did a declutter, I didn't get rid of as many things as I should have. So moving on after this, it should be a bit quicker. We'll do correctors first. I'm just going to go through all of them and I'll tell you if I'm keeping or not. Bobbi Brown, Original, Holy Grail, will always have it in my collection. Another Holy Grail, Pixie, color corrector in Brightening Peach. So good, very similar to Bobbi Brown. The Huda color corrector in Pink Pomelo and Peach. Peach is too dark for me, so I am going to declutter Peach. I'm going to give this to my grandma because she loves color corrector, and I think this one might work for her. So I'm going to get rid of the Pink Pomelo one, and I'm going to give this to her because I think she might like it. Then I have Natasha Denona in C1 and C2. This one is actually not my absolute favorite, but I don't dislike it. It's just not like my top favorite corrector. And I have C1 and C2, like I said. So I'm going to keep C1. And I am also going to give this one to my grandma because I think she might like it. And I think that might work for her. Bobbi Brown corrector stick is a keep. One of my favorites. Exa High Fidelity color corrector. This is the pink color. I have peach also, but it's in my everyday makeup right now. But I love these. Definitely want to keep. Trish McAvoy eye brightener. So this is just, it's not really a corrector. I would just call it a brightener. So you can use it on its own if you don't have a lot of darkness, or put it on top of a concealer or something. I don't use this a ton, but I do like it. So I will keep this Skin Food corrector. I ordered this a while ago. This is okay. It reminds me though of the Sigma color corrector, and the Sigma one is my favorite of the two. The consistency is very similar. So I think I'm gonna declutter that one. And I have more correctors right here. The Revolution Eye Bright. This I am gonna declutter. I'm not a huge fan of it. The formula is not bad, but it's too light. I like something that can actually correct under my eyes. And if you have pretty dark under eyes, if you go too light, that defeats the purpose, and that's what this is for me. So I will be decluttering that one. I'm also gonna declutter this Flower Beauty corrector. This one is not terrible, but it's not my favorite formula. The formula is a bit on the dry side for me, and it's also just not a color that I love for my under eyes. So I will be decluttering that. I will hold on to the Tarte CC Clay color corrector. I like this one. I've actually been through several of these before. I wish it was just a tad bit darker, but I like it, so I will keep that one. Okay, these from e.l.f. These came out earlier this year. In my opinion, these are not good at all. The colors are not great. They give little to no coverage, in my opinion. Yeah, these were not great. I did a whole video on these from e.l.f. when they came out, and yeah, I was very disappointed, unfortunately. So those will definitely be going. They may be making it in a video coming soon before they go about things I look like crazy about this year. Okay, so I have two NARS Radiant Creamy concealers in like pinky shades. I have the shade Toffee and the shade Honey. I think, I'm gonna have to swatch these to remind myself. So we have Toffee and Honey. So something else you can always do with color corrector is if there is a concealer shade or a concealer formula that you like, you don't have to use like a designated color corrector. It can definitely be a concealer with the right undertone. One of these is definitely better for me than the other. I'm pretty sure honey is the better one. I'm gonna keep honey and declutter toffee. I will be keeping the Neutrogena Clear Coverage Color Corrector in Peach. This is one of my favorite drugstore color correctors ever that I've ever tried. So that one will definitely be staying. I think I'm going to declutter these from Tarte. This is another one that came out this year and I had very, very high hopes, but it's just not my favorite. The color is not great. Like this pink one is way too light. It looks white under my eyes, which is not what I'm going for. And that doesn't work if you have dark under eyes. This one in peach is not bad, but it's a little, I don't know. This is kind of tough. Actually, all right, I'm going to keep peach and declutter the pink one. I am going to declutter this, the LA Girl Pro Conceal. I know a lot of people love this. This is the shade Peach. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. It's too orangey for me, and it's a little, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of the formula either. So that's going to go. Maybelline Age Rewind in the brightener shade. This is I can never decide how I feel about this, honestly, because again, I wish this was just a little bit more peachy pink and not so light and almost white looking. I'm gonna keep that for now. Okay, let's see. This Tarte color corrector in green. It's too green. It's too green. Every time I use it, I don't really love how it looks. I don't love green concealers on me anyway, so I will declutter. Also, oh, this is another bad one, you guys. I love e.l.f. so much, but this was not good to me. The Camo Color Corrector. I was so freaking excited for these. And this, guys, this formula is not good. It is not good. It's very, very thin, and it almost shears out entirely when you blend it. It's very odd. The color's not great. Yeah, that is a definite no. Clinique Even Better Color Corrector. This one is pretty good, so that will stay. And this is a Sephora Best Skin Ever concealer that I bought, I'm pretty sure, as a color corrector. It's not a perfect shade for what I bought it for, so that will go, and that is it for color correctors. All right, last we have concealers. And okay, for this one, I think I'm gonna go through and grab things that stick out first that I know I'm not gonna keep, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna get rid of this. This is very, very old, the Pure Push Up 4-in-1 Sculpting Concealer. I used to really like this. I'm not a huge fan of this color on me anymore. It's the one that has like this cute little button and it pops up. But yeah, this is not one that I gravitate towards anymore. So that I will be decluttering. I think I will also declutter these Rare Beauty concealers. This is a great concealer formula, but they are just too light. They are too light. I have never been able to find a good shade for me in this concealer for some reason. I find they're really light and then they get too dark. It's kind of like they miss the light shade range. I don't know, but I will go ahead and declutter. All right, this can go Revolution IRL Filter Finish Concealer. This is okay. It's affordable. It's not bad. It's more of a matte concealer, but it's not something I'm ever gonna want to use over some of these other things. So that will definitely go. I am also gonna get rid of this. I don't understand this at all. The NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Concealer. Apparently a lot of people like this. I think this is dry as all get out under my eyes. I have never once used this and thought it looked even kind of decent under my eyes. So that is definitely gonna go. I love the NYX Bear With Me concealer, but not that one. That's gonna go. All right, another one I'm definitely gonna get rid of, the Saie Hydra Beam. I'm not a huge fan of Saie complexion products, it seems, but this concealer on me, first of all, it gives little to no coverage. It's basically like a I would call it more of like a brightener almost under your eyes. This really separates on me under my eyes. I'm not sure why, but every time I use it, I'm just not crazy about it. So that is gonna go. Let's see. I am also gonna declutter these. These are the Jones Road face pencils. Let's see, I have shade 6 and shade 7. These are just, they're too dry on me. I don't know, like that shade 6, it's supposed to be like a corrector shade, and it's a little bit, I don't know, it's not peach to me, even though it's supposed to be. It's more orangey. And then shade 7 is closer to my skin tone. I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of these. I think I like the concept of the pencil, but I do find them to be pretty dry on me personally. I am also going to declutter this, the Milk Future Fluid. This is not a bad formula. I used to like this, but I used this the other day and I was not crazy about it. This is a shade that works okay for my face, but I don't really love it under my eyes. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this anymore. So I'm gonna declutter. I am also gonna declutter this Bobbi Brown Skin Concealer Stick. I love the corrector of this, but I don't know. I don't use the stick version of this that much. I don't know. I never reach for this. I only ever use the corrector, so I feel like I can go ahead and declutter. I am also going to declutter this from Bobbi Brown. This is the Skin Full Cover Concealer. I got sent this a long time ago. This is all right, but this on me creases really badly. I don't know. Also not a fan of the applicator on this. It's a really weird, I don't know what you would even call the shape, but I'm not crazy about it. So I'm going to declutter. Okay, a few more that I will be decluttering. I love this concealer, but I feel like mine has seen better days. Well, I don't know. I love this concealer, the Dior Backstage Concealer, but I don't know how old this is, to be honest. I might keep. I was gonna say declutter, but no, we'll keep that. All right, what? Oh, I am gonna declutter this, the Oma Beauty, I think it's Stay Woke concealer. This is a great concealer actually, but this is very old. I got this out to use this a few days ago and it was, it smelled really weird. So that's good, but this is a nice concealer. It gives really good coverage. All right, another concealer that I really strongly regret buying, the Valentino concealer. Oh no. First of all, the shade is not good. It gives little to no coverage. Yeah, this was I should have returned this. That's how much I disliked it. Yeah, so that's gonna go. All right, those are the things that stick out as things that I'm gonna get rid of. So now we'll just go through the rest and maybe I'll decide to get rid of something else. Okay. We'll start easy here. Natasha Denona High Glam. Love this so much. That is never ever going anywhere. Hourglass Concealer, another favorite. Love this, never going anywhere. My NARS Radiant Creamy Concealers. These, actually, I used these in a video recently and I'm almost out of these. Both of these I could tell when I was pulling the wand out, they were starting to get kind of low. So these are probably on the way out, but I love them. So those will definitely stay. Gucci concealer, this is new to me, that will definitely stay. House Labs concealer is new, definitely will stay. Love this Tom Ford Traceless Matte Stick Concealer. Oh, this is a really good one. That is definitely staying. Huda Beauty, these I really like, but there's one that's way too dark. 2.7 Coconut Flakes is a good shade. This one is 3.5 Sugar Biscuit. This is too dark. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought this, but it's old anyway, so that can go, and I'll keep this one. Tower 28. These are brand new. This is not my favorite formula for my under eyes. The more I use it, I just find it to be really, really creasy under the eyes, but it is pretty on my skin just as like foundation. So I'm going to keep it for that, but I don't love it under my eyes. These Ciroc Dewdrop Concealers, these were sent to me a little while ago. They're nice. I don't reach for them a ton, but they're pretty new and I do like them. So those can stay. Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Concealer, I will keep. I actually like that one. Armani Luminous Silk Concealer, I will keep. LYS Triple Fix. This is really old. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. Also mine, the cap, I noticed the other day, I can't the cap won't screw on. Like it feels really loose like that, but if you go like that, you can't like tighten it again. So I don't know. It's old anyway, and this is not a favorite, so that will go. NARS Soft Matte Concealers, Holy Grail product. Those are definitely staying. Ooh, Bare Minerals Concealer in Summer Bisque. I don't use this, but at the same time, this is like a classic product. I would really like to start using this again, so I do want to keep that. I have 2 of these NARS eye brighteners. I love the formula on these. I just wish they had one that was a little bit more of a pinky tone. The one that works for me the most is a little bit more yellow toned, and I like something more pink, but I will keep those. Those can stay. Glossier Stretch Concealer. I haven't used this in a long time actually, but I do like it, so that can stay. Mario Concealer. This is new. Not my favorite of the concealers I've been trying recently, but I will keep it. I have 2 of the Tarte Shape Tape Radiance. These I need to give more time to because I don't feel confident in my opinion on these. I've used them off camera quite a bit. I don't dislike it, but I definitely don't love it. I'm just not sure why at this point. So I feel like I need to hang on to these and try them a little bit more. So I'm gonna keep those. Kulfi Concealer, I will keep. Jane Iredale, this is her new concealer. This is actually a dark shade. I use this for bronzer, but I have like a shade that matches my skin tone in my everyday makeup right now. But actually this can go in the bronzer drawer, but I do like this concealer. I will be keeping. Ooh, Shiseido Synchro Skin. I love this concealer, so that one will definitely stay. I have a mini of the Shape Tape, the Ultra Creamy. I will keep this. If I use Shape Tape, I like the creamy version, and I like sometimes to use it, so I will keep. Let's see, Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer. This I will keep. I like this for a drugstore option. It pairs well with the Corrector from Neutrogena, so that I can keep. Maybelline Age Rewind, I will keep. I'm gonna declutter these e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Pens. I don't use them. This is not really, I don't know. I like more coverage than this, and I don't know. I don't really ever find myself wanting this type of product. So those can go. This concealer, I wanna like this. I know everybody loves this, but this is the shade Cool Rose. Again, I don't think I have like a perfect match in this. I'm gonna keep that one for now. And then e.l.f. Camo. Yeah, we'll keep e.l.f. We're good. Okay. Wow, that was a lot. That was a lot. I am going to put everything away now and we'll move on. is much more manageable and much truer to what I actually like and will use. I feel good about this. I was gonna try to add everything up and say exactly how much I'm getting rid of. I'm not gonna do that. This is a very informal declutter. I'm just kind of going with the flow here. So I feel good about this. So I have all this room over here. So I feel good. I think we are done with this drawer.